Good evening everybody and welcome to France. Here we go. We are unfortunately severely lacking in pace. Unfortunately, in virtually every practice this week, in every session, we are more than a second off the pace of the Aston Martins at the back. This could be an incredibly bad race for us. However, what I have noticed with both drivers, we've got some incredibly serious deterioration. You can see here for Albon, engine, ERS and gearbox all in the yellow, all with minor damage. And for Jack, it is the engine and the gearbox has got major damage at 18%. So before we go into qualifying, we seriously need to change these up, and hopefully this is going to give us the boost that we need. So there you go. So now, Jack, you can see 100% for engine and gearbox. We've got a brand new one in, and the ERS is 74%. We're getting towards the end of our allocated allotment, which is really good, not good news. I'm not going to personally lie. So we are going to have to spend money on getting additional ones, which will end up giving us grid penalties. But to be perfectly honest, we're already towards the back anyway, so who really cares? About 53%. I think we're okay. We're going with this one for 53%. We don't necessarily need a massively brand new one there for Albon. Which is not until around about the 30%, was about 40%. Something in that ballpark area where we start to lose a little bit of issue with the gearbox. Oh, actually, maybe we'll go onto the brand new one, and then we'll start using all the rest of these for only for practices. So, going with these brand new parts, let's see how we're going to get on. We've got reasonably good confidence for both drivers. Actually, the best one we managed to get for Jack was 84%. So we're going to switch back to that best one that we had previously. And we're going to go to qualifying in France.
Radio check. Copy, radio check.
So we're sending out Alexander Albon first. Give him a little bit of breathing room. Wait till he's out of the pit lane. God, it takes ages. There we go. And then we'll send out Jack. And just speed around towards the back end. Yeah, so we've been so far off the pace in this. But hopefully these new engine parts and the powertrain, this is going to give us a boost and get us at least a lot closer to the Astons, if not higher up. And Alexander Albon's coming around the final bend. And across the line, here we go. Opening lap for Alexander Albon. Coming down the main strength. Oh, he's already been held up by a Mercedes there. Coming around the chicane, nice and smooth there. And now this is where we begin to get ready for the big, massive, long straights.
Down. Yeah, A firm, that's fine.
So the soft compound tyres are really not good at this circuit. They've been complaining a lot when we've tried to do some race simulation runs. They complain of higher there you go, severe overheating very, very quickly. I'm just being held up by Stroll there. Jack coming around again onto the main straight. Mercedes getting out of the way. And round onto the final bend. So about a second quicker than we have been for the majority of the weekend thus far. The 1:36.4. As for Jack, what's he gonna get? Can he beat the 1:36.4? He's 1:35.9. So it's about half a second off the pace there, but he did get a lot more held up in traffic on that occasion. Jack actually did slower. But we are only 3/10 away from the Aston Martin now. So considering we were about a second, more than a second off them, that is a lot more encouraging. A lot more encouraging. So on board with Alexander Albon right here. There is a Ferrari up ahead of him. Manages to get by without slowing him down. Is Jack going to get the same? He is also behind that Ferrari. They move out of the way. No issues there. Currently a yellow flag in sector 3, so we're nowhere near that at the moment. So we should be all okay. There's a spin by Kevin Magnussen. Tires again severely overheating. Looking at where the cars are positioned on track, I don't imagine there's going to be any traffic problems this time around, which is really good. Jack just far enough away away from Albon to maybe get a little bit of slipstream, but not get caught up in the dirty air. We are going green, both drivers going green in comparison to their first attempts. And Alex coming up to line, 1:36.4 to beat. 1:34.2. Oh, literally about 5 thousandths in that between those two drivers, which puts us into 16th and 17th. Now just going to make sure that we are able to get around in time to be able to start our next laps. Oh, and the cars are literally beginning to come out. So this is going to be very tight. And again, not quite at the very back of the grid. So hopefully we're going to get just about enough time to get all the way around. Okay. Looks like Bottas may be challenging with Vettel, may slow him down. So, Guan Yu Zhou, currently 11th. He is going to remain where he is. Vettel 19th, Bottas 6th. What happens with them? Vettel goes up to 16th, and he is out. Bottas remains 6th. George Russell 6th. Verstappen remains 1st. Sainz 2nd. Ricciardo 14th. Leclerc 1st. Ocon 5th. Tsunoda remains. Hamilton remains. Lance Stroll to 16th. Perez up to 3rd. Norris, I believe, 15th. Alonso up to 4th, who's got a grid penalty. Gasly, Alexander Albon stays 19th, and Jack Doohan remains 19th. Oh no, Mick Schumacher just goes ahead, so goes up in 16th, which pushes Albon and Jack Doohan back down the grid, and we're about 2/10 away from the Aston Martins. So at least we can say we're consistently bottom, which is frustrating, but it's one of those things.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager
Really,
to
a good performance in bottom. I think they need to work out these blooming situations in the commentary. That's just ridiculous. Saying that was a good qualifying. I've had enough of you, Karun Chandok. Okay, so race strategy. Excuse me. I'm going to alternate the strategies today. Jack medium to hard, Albon hard to medium. We're not going to worry too much with this. We're going to drop the starting race fuel level down by, I think it's literally 2 laps is the maximum that we're able to do that. We just want to increase what we do at the very start of the race. And here we go for the French Grand Prix.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want
to go. Why does he go from sitting in the car with his helmet to literally out of it without his helmet?
The second Williams car. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. The race start is mere seconds away. This is it. It's time for the French Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So Jack just currently getting the edge off the start, and Albon managing to overtake him there. Just trying to put the pressure onto the Astons. We actually started 18th and 19th because Alonso, with his grid penalty, took him right to the very back of the grid. So we're just going to ask Albon just to drop the pace back, allow Jack to get ahead of him. Just going to ask him to allow him to pass. There we go. That's it. We want Jack to take advantage there.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
We want to leave court, please.
Copy.
So Alonso, who's been doing extremely well all of this race weekend, and Jack has managed to overtake Lance Stroll, so he goes up to P17. P17.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So Jack's window is going to be in around about 17 laps. Oh, and Jack's just spun. Oh! Talk about coming in 17 laps. That isn't going to happen.
Let's have a
VSC.
look.
Oh, bloody hell, Jack. Right, you're switching onto the hard compound tyres. You're going to go long. Probably switch to the softs towards the end of the race, and we've got a 15-second time penalty. Oh my freaking god! Yeah, unfortunately, this is a bad race for Jack. We're not even halfway round the second lap.
It's a collision.
VSC.
Okay, we want to increase lift and coast.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a bad race.
VSC ending. VSC ending.
Here comes Jack, and he's having to wait. And this will literally be forever.
Move a bit more pace, Howard, you've got it.
Look at them, frozen in perfect harmony, waiting to be able to finally go to work. And there they go. Changing the front tyre, the front wing, even though there's literally nothing there. Oh my god. Wow. Jack's race is done. We need to have a massive... Jesus Christ, look at that. 55 seconds in the pit. Oh my god. We're definitely skipping on through because... yeah, this is just a bad race. Just an incredibly bad race. I mean, already 2.2, 2.3 seconds off the pack there.
DRS enabled.
But he is on the hards. Although actually Vettel and Stroll, they're also on the hards. No one's on the soft. Everyone knows that the soft compound tyres are just one of the worst tyre compounds to be on in this race, in this circuit. Well, Jack is probably going to get lapped very, very soon. I apologise that I'm having to skip through this one so much. It's just, there's nothing to watch. At this moment in time, there is literally nothing to watch. You know, Apart from when maybe Jack's about to get lapped so early in the race. Jack's just spun again. Oh my god. He's spun, but he's not injured. That's good to know.
Let's take a
Jesus Christ. And he's got no one around him.
Williams here.
Look at that. Not even touching the curb.
The car's just gone.
I want to see a bit of action. Let's see Jack Doohan get lapped on lap 13 or 14. Sector 3, there's a yellow flag.
They've lost control and spun. We can
It was Bottas who
now,
spun.
let's watch this. The Alfa
Again,
Romeo
no one near him.
They spun the car. What a disaster.
No one caused damage. That's good. And unlike Jack, causing Alonso to pretty much crash out. I think it's going to happen here on the straights. It's got to happen here on the straights. And there he goes. Getting lapped already. Lap 14. Jesus Christ. Albon 4 seconds off. You know what, I was hoping that engine change might have helped, but no. This is absolutely going to be a race to forget. Bottas has a lockup. Let's watch that, just to give you something to watch, and look at him.
And yes, that's the lockup.
He should have just cut across the track there. Save himself a little bit of time. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, what can we do? There's literally nothing that we can do as team principal. This is one of those that we just literally have to sit it out. Although...
Alpine just advanced. Let's see what happened there. Now watch this. Here's Alonso's car.
Yeah, nice, easy, smooth move, straight past him. We are suddenly... oh no, I was about to say we're a lot closer to Stroll, but no, Guan Yu Zhou has pitted, and obviously Alonso has taken over, so we're still about the same distance away from Stroll. Mick Schumacher is now behind us, but again only through pitting. Ugh. This is a very hard race to have to skip forward through. If anybody is watching this episode, I just can only sincerely apologise. There's nothing that we can do. Absolutely nothing that can be done. I mean, what else can you realistically do? Because the tyres just aren't there to be able to really send it. I mean, if we go with the 2 stops, you know what? I'm going to ask him to pick this lap. Just try something different. Try something. Maybe switch to that 2 stop. Which means for Albon, we are just going to push those tyres now. Just sincerely push them. Just see what happens. I mean, we're 10 seconds off the pace already.
Looks like there's been a lockup. Let's have a look.
Magnussen's had the lockup.
Now just focus on the Haas. Oh, and there's the lockup.
And that space is exactly the same as Bottas earlier.
Sounds like a spin.
Sainz had a spin.
Okay, here's the Ferrari. And
Oh,
there it is.
onto the
That's where
pit
they spin
straight.
out.
And I was about to say he gets overtaken, but he wouldn't have been overtaken by an Alpine of Ocon or Alonso. But Sainz is still in the lead because he's 8 seconds off Verstappen. Oh, and Leclerc's managed to overtake Verstappen. Ocon now into the pits. Albon, oh, I mean, look at this. He's 16 seconds off. Have they pitted? They have pitted. They pitted probably around about the same sort of time. Yeah, we're 14 seconds off. What can we do? So clearly that it was not the engine that was causing the problem. Push the tyres a little bit. Just ask them to push into the negative figures a little bit. Because what else can we do? It's beginning to come down. I mean, we've got what, 5 laps or so of the race left. .2, averaging around. Wow.
Is that a lockup? Let's take a closer look. Now let's look at this. The focus on Tsunoda. And there's the lockup. It all...
And we're already on the last lap.
And
Bottas, again, this is, I think, a race to forget for Bottas as well. Spin out with nobody. Well, I mean, you had Lando Norris quite close to him, but realistically, he wasn't putting the pressure on to do anything.
Crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
And there you go. 7.8 seconds off the pace. That is just simply a race to forget. That was just awful. Oh dear. We do still remain 17th and 20th in the table at the moment. Still in 9th above Aston. But yeah. Bad race. 3.7 mil into the budget. Yeah. That was difficult. That was really difficult one. Tough one to watch there, guys. I just literally didn't want to see that. Oh, but we have had a design completed for a chassis, which is very, very good, timely news. So, we've got the underfloor. That's going to be another 34 days. So we want to manufacture this chassis. It's a new one that we've got, which is going to increase our top speed and our acceleration by a little bit. Right, hang on, let's just see. So, I mean, the Hungarian Grand Prix is literally in 4 days. So do we go emergency to get these in? You know what, I absolutely am going to do it. Sod it. Because that was so bad. Right, and then the chassis, I want to get 2 more of these. So we'll do them ones normal. Don't need to worry about when we get them in. Right. We've got no units of the testing remaining, but it looks like we would be getting some big-ish boosts for this. So we really want to try and increase our drag reduction, I think. And this would be in 37 days. So this one we're not actually using any of our wind tunnel or anything like that, but I think we really need to go for this side pod and really look to get another improvement in there. So we're going to push that in there as well. So the current projects, 35 days for the underfloor, 37 days for the side pods, which when would that put us in there for? We're looking about a month. Hang on, where are we today? That's this day here. So we're looking... Okay, so it's literally going to be right before the Dutch Grand Prix, which actually this coming weekend in real life for me. That's when we're likely to get those in. So it's after the, of course, the mid-season break, which actually comes after the next race in Hungary. So we've got an upcoming board review in 7 days. I currently have high confidence, but this may change before the formal review. Find our breakdown and assessment below. So they're satisfied with our race performance, our objectives and our finances. We're on target to finish where we were going for. And of course, within 3 seasons, we want to be looking to score points in at least 50% of the season's races. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Oh, come on. Team rating, exactly where we were. My profile, still the best Grand Prix was that one in Canada. Oh my god, if you want a good race, I mean today's episode was so bad. If you want something good, go back and watch that episode in Canada. That was a phenomenal race. That was so exciting. But that is pretty much going to do it for this episode, guys. It's an incredibly short and sweet episode because, well, it is just one of those days. So, yes, it was a difficult race. We performed under target, absolutely. Top speed, it could be better. We know that. Race prep. Let's just have a quick look at the race prep. Nothing with the targets because we ain't getting anything. We're still not managed to get at least once out of qualifying 1. Everything on this one is about low speeds, medium speeds in the cornering and acceleration. So this could be another very poor race again for us guys, unfortunately. We're just going to have to wait and see on this one, I'm afraid. But for now, thank you very much for watching this episode, which is, what was it, episode 9, I believe we're currently on. Yeah, episode 9 at the moment. Apologies again for a really bad race. What can I do? It was one of those. And I will see you next time, which, to be honest, I'll be going live probably about an hour once I've done the practice sessions for the next race. So I look forward to seeing you in episode 10 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye bye.